My research this year has been looking at how we can use blended learning to improve NCEA success. The key points to this was to use solo taxonomy to structure the whole thing, to use online tools and Google Apps for education, and to use all of those to extend deeper thinking from the students. It's only through extending those deeper thinking skills can we achieve the higher levels of success at NCEA. So my initial plan at the beginning of the year was to use Google Apps for education and other online tools that the students are going to use to put their work on every day. They were all going to have a Google site that they could put their design work on and their research on and use it as a design portfolio. And we were going to use the Google Plus communities as a forum where we could work and discuss things all together. The reason why I wanted to use Google Plus communities was to support the students in their note writing and analysis, because one of the weaknesses on my course, the Design and Visual Communication course, is where they have to analyse their own work, their research and the work of others. The students find it much easier to produce the design work, and they're very talented at producing the design work, but then they fall down where they have to analyse everything that they do. So the reason why I wanted to use Google Plus communities is that it gave that support structure where we could analyse things all together, and it wasn't in a threatening situation, because any of the work that they did within that community was going to be assessed on their project. It was just to help them. Here is an example from the Level 1 Google Plus community. The students were designing mobile phones, so they researched some existing products and uploaded the photographs to the community, and they could write notes on each other's research pictures, like here, where they were writing about what they liked about the phone and what they thought was not so good about the phone. Further down here, there is work from their previous project where they were making models of chairs, and we took photographs of their work and uploaded it to the Google Plus community, and they had to go on and make comments about each other's work. They had to write a positive comment and a constructive criticism to help the student improve, to help them develop their work in a better way. I wanted all of my senior students to put their work onto Google Sites this year so it could act as an online portfolio for them. So my Level 1 started a site from scratch where they put all of their research, all of their notes. We uploaded scans of their design work and photographs of their model work. My Level 2s, who had Level 1 last year, were able to keep the same site and archive all of their previous work onto a tab and keep going with the same site. Now I'm hoping this will give my students the opportunity to have a complete 3-year portfolio by the time they reach the end of Level 3, if they've done DVC for 3 years. So by the end of the 3 years they can see everything that they've done over the 3 years and see the progress that they've made. And that also gives them a chance to just send that link to any prospective employers or colleges that they might be applying to. We use a variety of pieces of equipment in the classroom in order to blend the mix. I have an A3 scanner where we scan the students' work and upload the images onto their Google sites. We've always got cameras available. We're always photographing their model work as it's happening so that they've got an ongoing record. And the students take screenshots on their Chromebooks and on their netbooks of everything that they design online. Here is Fiu, a Year 11 student doing Level 1 Design and Visual Communication, explaining his workflow and how he produces his design work online.
Hey guys, Fiu here from Tamaki College. At the moment, I am a Level 1 student at Tamaki College. Since we've already started, I'll just take you through a little example of what I do. At the moment, I'm working on my design development. and we developed some stuff like these type of designs. After we designed them and developed them, we upload them to Google Plus. What is Google Plus? Well, Google Plus is just like Facebook, but we use them for our educational use of communication. I'll just show you a few design developments made by students in our class. So, for instance, one of my classmates, Vincent, he uploads his design development, and this is one. Looks pretty legit, and I'll just read you guys some comments. Yes, we can comment on our peers' work. We get lots of comments that applies to our work, and those comments would help us improve what we've done. After we get these images up on our Google Plus site, we load them to our sites. Yes, we have sites, and those sites can be found over here. My sites in Tamaki College. And when I'm on the architect, this is where I always upload my stuff. See, this is one of my design developments. I just embed it here, but I hope that you have enjoyed my video. This is what we do in our graphics class most days of the week. And also, we have fun. Just don't tell our teacher.
While doing my research this year, I came across MOOCs online, and I signed up for one to give it a go myself, and I thought it would be an awesome opportunity for students to work in an online situation where maybe there's timetable clashes and they can't actually do my course, or if they want an early start on some level 1 credits in year 10. I also started thinking how I could completely restructure my existing course so that we spent more class time doing things together, building their skills, working collaboratively, and then they spend time at home doing all the things that they can do away from me. I decided to trial this idea with a group of year 10 students. So I chose a level 1 module that would get them 4 credits, and it would be easy for them to do the whole thing online without them coming to see me. So I split it into 10 tasks, and the things that I mostly took away from the MOOCs that I did myself was, if I take you to task 1, down the bottom here there is a coloured tracking sheet, this one here, so it's a visual record of where they are, and the students were encouraged to embed this on their Google site when they made it, so that me and them could see exactly where they are just by looking at it. The other thing I took away was very, very short screencasts. None of the screencasts are longer than maybe 3 minutes, because they needed to be nice and short so the students didn't get bored really easily watching them, and it breaks all the tasks down into really short steps that they can follow.
Oh, it was kind of easy. When I got to task 5, it got kind of hard because you had to do more stuff online.
I found it quite easy to complete the tasks.
Oh, they were very clear because Miss provided video instructions as well if we weren't sure.
The instructions were quite clear and they helped us.
I got lazy and I didn't have time because I tried to finish off my schoolwork before I did this, but yeah, I didn't have enough time and I got lazy.
What if I didn't have feedback, Miss?
Everybody's got feedback. Even if it's negative, it's fine. It's not the end of the world. Negative feedback helps improve it for next year, you see.
Most of the tasks were quite long and yeah, just as Mino said, got quite lazy on some of them.
I also asked the students questions on a Google form about how they thought about doing the online course, especially in respect to using the Google Plus community and comparing it to a normal style face-to-face course. So some interesting feedback came back was about helping us communicate better with the teacher, and sharing work easier on Google+. And more stylish, I thought, was an interesting response. By doing the course online, I could complete more tasks and focus more often. That came up again over here about focus, about less distractions from peers and friends, and noise level, which was interesting. And a positive thing about doing the course at home would be that you could have as much time as you want to find out the information and not as many distractions. So it was interesting feedback from the students about what they thought about the online versus the face-to-face style course. Another thing that I trialled this year was an in-school Khan Academy, where our students make videos for our students to use. So instead of listening to somebody else's how-to videos on the internet, they're listening to their own. I took a group of Year 10s for the day from different subject areas, and they decided what small task they were going to teach someone how to do. So for example, in maths, we used small pieces of paper to explain a simple task of adding fractions together. In music, they videoed themselves explaining how to do chords on the guitar, and they also did written notes as well, which they explained. In coding, they did a combination of talking to the camera, making how-to videos, and doing slide presentations. And this resulted in the Arco Tamaki site, which has a very small sample of what we did on the day, and we presented it to staff to see what they thought. It was interesting when I asked the rest of the students for some feedback about this method of working, this blended method. The only negative comment was, okay, but the computer is hard to do graphics on, actually came from a student who was new to Tamaki College this year. So he hadn't come up through juniors using the netbooks, and he hadn't used them in intermediate school. So it was an interesting contrast between the students who had had that background and the students who hadn't had that background. I had an interesting response to student voice towards the beginning of the year when I asked them what they thought of my class site. And I made simple changes, like just making the font bigger when they said it was too small. And their response when they came in the next morning after I'd explained what changes I'd made, they were really happy that what they thought had been acted upon so quickly. So that's an interesting response to student voice. What I'm happiest with is the progress in my level 1 group, because I had a mixed range of abilities, ranging from level 2 ASTL starting the year up to level 6. So they all passed. My 2 boys who were level 2 at ASTL at the beginning of the year, they still coped with everything and they passed. My level 3 and 4 students, there was a couple of merits dotted about in there, and my level 5 student was passing with excellence. So I'm very happy with the progress that the level 1 students have made over the year. So looking ahead to next year, I will definitely be continuing to use Google Plus Communities for this forum type help each other feel that we've tried this year. It really helped support my lower level students, and it gave all of them a lot more confidence in giving their opinions about what they thought about design work and what they thought about each other's design work. And then it gave them the confidence to write their own notes based on what everybody else was saying. So that's definitely a keeper for not only next year but from now on. Something else that I'm going to be continuing with, and I've already made a start on it, is this online course. So I've moved from level 1, I've started planning the level 2, and that will be implemented with my in-class students right at the beginning of the year, and then hopefully towards the end of term 1 I will be offering it to students who haven't had the chance to take my lesson face-to-face because of other option choices. If we stay where we are and keep doing what we always did, we're always going to get the same results. We need to keep moving forwards if we are going to improve our students and their chances when they leave school. Learning begins at the end of your comfort zone, not only for students, but for teachers. We got to step outside our own box.